Okay, so now we have Kracie, Poppin, Cookin, Tanoshii cakes for DIY candy. Now this looks similar to the one we did previously. I do have the box on it, but this is a newer version of it. Looks like it is a little different. Looks like we've encouraged to make 2 of these little cake things, but otherwise looks pretty similar. So we have advice for supervising adults. Adult supervision assistance is required. Make sure to follow the recipe. Images are for illustration purposes only. Make sure not to use included tools for purposes other than intended use. Be careful when handling sharp tools. Do not consume powder directly. Make sure to use water for the best results. Soft water of less than 300 ppm is recommended. Do not heat. There are no display tools inside this product. Serve food immediately after making this kit. Cut into small amounts when eating. Save this package for future reference. And we do have a translator, but this one's in English, so I'll be able to read it with my regular eyes. So it says, enjoy making pastries using only using the packing pouch as prep sheet. Wash your hands well. I have. Prepare a glass of water. I have. Alright. And then it's going to start telling us what to do, so we better get the stuff here. Looks like it has a similar amount of stuff here. This is the same as the previous one, so let's see if it's any different in the execution. And so we don't wind up using, I forgot about them, but the little, no, it said there was no display stuff in here, but clearly we have a lovely, whoop. Are you okay? Right, here we have lovely cutouts if we want them. No doubt that there is wafer powder. I'm waiting for us again. So I like this bigger prep sheet that it gives us. This actually feels like enough room to work on. There we go. Alright, so what's in the back here? So they have some visual examples in the back of how it should look in the end, I guess. And then there's a spoiler display platter. But I do have my own little plate, so I might use those instead. I will use this lovely preparation sheet. Alright, so once again we have our packets. We've got strawberry cream powder. We've got the sprinkles. That's it. And then this is cream, vanilla cream. And then another one of these pastry bags. And then our equipment has arrived in better shape than it did last time because our crackers are not broken. Very nice. Alright. So I think I'm actually going to put them, let's see, is it dry? No, it's not dry. Just did tiny dishes. Not everything is dry. Alright, so we've got our ice cream cones, our wafers. We'll put that to the side for now. Check on the instructions. So, oh right, the wafers is actually the first thing we do. So cut the wafer along the lines of the front using a spoon. So this actually gives us a better rundown of what we're doing with the wafer. So one wafer is cut into 3 equal portions and 1 skinny portion. And then the other one is 1 square, 4 triangles, and another thin portion. So what is that actually going to get us here? 3 pieces of cut paper go here. Tart shell, 2 pieces of cut paper. Here's your cone. Tart shell, wafers in the tart shell. I'm a little confused because it told us to cut these triangles, and as far as I can tell, there's nothing telling you to use the triangles anywhere. So, what is the point of that? Use the scissors to cut the triangle cup. That's this guy. We'll get him in a second. Add the powder from the pink and blue packets to the 2 sections of the tray. Full triangle of water each and mix until creamy. Fold down the bag. And then on top, fill one side with vanilla, fill the other side with strawberry. Fold the top back up, then twist off the top. Use scissors to cut the tip along the top line. Gently screen the cream from top to bottom with a smooth application of the cream. Alright, so we know how to do this. Enjoy making the pastries however you like. Well, thank you. Squeeze the cream into the cone. Shake and serve vanilla. Tart is tart shell, 2 pieces of cut wafer. Alright, since they're not telling us to do anything at all with the triangles, I'm going to try making 2 tarts instead. Oh, I see. They put a triangle on this side. That's right. We're going to make 2 tarts instead. I will take a piece for the inside of the tart. Alright. And then a piece. Oh, you're blocking my light. Okay. This room is so much more lit than it looks like on camera. It's so weird. Alright. Tart is prepared. Alright. And then I do want a bit each for the ice cream itself. There. Alright. And now we just need to do equal parts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, well, the same. 1, 14 divided by 3. Not go in there swimmingly. Alright, let me think. 12 divided by 3 is 4 each. On the 5th one on either side. 1, 2, 4, 5. Break the 5th one. Whoop, gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Alright. I think that's good. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. And then 3, 4, 5. Oh. Get back here. Trying to go off somewhere. Shame on you. I'm going to put the excess into the tart. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to get my mixing cup. Alright. So, where's the shovel? There's the shovel. Alright. Remember the shovel? I have an extra shovel this time. 2 shovels. No waiting. And we're gonna, yeah, let's put this over here so I don't smash anything. If I remember correctly, the strawberry cream is the bigger one. I think it's the same. I think we had it like this last time. I think that was strawberry. That was I'll say, does this say powder first or water first? Okay, powder first. All of the strawberry. Okay. Oops, sorry. I need to remember not to go that direction. There. Water. Nope. Okay. Do, 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 do. I get these for these comparison kits. If I have the English one, I do the English one first. I feel like that's less fun because then we can't try and figure out what it's saying. But I have another one where it's hamburgers. I think I have a couple others too, but one of them in particular is, I know, hamburgers. And what's interesting is that in one version you have to microwave something, and in another version you do not have to microwave something. So I'm curious as to what we're microwaving and then not microwaving in the second version, because like at a glance they look similar, like this one, where like, okay, what's different? Like this one is, the difference is, you know, the configuration of the waffles, but even still the instructions didn't say to do it differently. Whereas with this hamburger one, clearly there is a actual difference in the instructions. Now, I did one of these ones that you did need to heat in the microwave, and I'm forever scarred by no. Need a buildup of powder on there. Okay. No, it's the, is it takoyaki? The octopus balls. The octopus in, so you're microwaving to cook the octopus. No, I'm sorry, to cook the little balls and get them to buff up. Like little, nothing like a donut, but that's what my brain is telling me. Whoa, that got really thick all of a sudden. Okay. Anyway. It's a little ball, and then you put essentially this gummy into it. Now, most of the time, the gummies in here, even if they're representing something like that, like there's one where it's like a hot dog gummy, and it just tastes like cherry. It's nothing to be overly excited about or disturbed by. However, this one, they were meant to taste like octopus. Now, when you microwave that situation, because it was meant to be in with the microwave situation, first off, a terrible smell comes forth. But when I take it out, it didn't taste like octopus. It tasted very bad. Tasted like it smelled like death and awful. And that was the only one I've ever had to eat where I was like, I can't even continue eating, I'm afraid. Whereas like, I know there's ones that I'll like start eating it and I'm like, okay, I can't do this one. And that's usually, there's a couple ones that are like a bit like a slime type of thing. And that's usually because it's carbonated and I can't really take a lot of carbonation. Many skills. Carbonation is not one of them. So this we know from the other one that we're meant to alternate back and forth. And in there. Okay. Set this down a little. I'll say this is slightly harder than it looks. It might be easier if I wasn't trying to make sure it stayed somewhat in view with the camera. Whoop. It's one of those things where you're like, I could use extra arms. Just about done with the white. Alright. That got me. All right. In there, please. Now take a minute to smush it down. Smush. Smush it in. Smush it in. You didn't come out. Don't come out the top. Smush it down. Down with the smush. 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 And another smush. camera. Okay. Better. Huh. Well, I feel like we got that line a little better than the other one, but good enough. All right. All right. So I'm going to cut us a slightly larger hole this time. See what that does for us. All right. So its recommendation, it also wants you to do the ice cream first. All right. Well, at least now we know where the ice cream goes. Where am I going? I'm way off center. There we go. Okay, ice cream, please. Here you go. Was there a finer cone? Perhaps. Now, I might add to that because I don't know how much we got to work with here. So I do want to actually do the other stuff first. It's like if this goes a lot faster because it's a big one, and I don't have any extra, I want to make sure I got what I need. Let's see. Oh, I'm out of the shot. Oops, sorry. New setup. All right. There we go. I need some sprinkles. Oh! No! Oh! No! Oh, sprinkle that. Whoa! Well, plenty of sprinkles in there now. And there we go. All right. This one, I think we did this one last time. Oh, there we go. Right there. All right. And then we've got our wafers. Resituate here. All right. Loop, bloop, loop, bloop. That's pretty. Loop, 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 loop. Eep. Bloop, 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 bloop. Get off me. There we go. Bloop, bloop. Oop, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oop, not my best work. Here we go. All right. Now, I think I want to flip this one. There we go. All right. Yep. 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 How does that look? Not too bad. again. We had yup, 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 and yup. Alrighty. These guys also need a couple sprinkles. I missed. I feel like it just looks better when one of these gets in there. Get in there, right? Cuter. There. Okay, and nice ice cream cone. I think I chickened out too soon on the ice cream cone, making it look like it's not full. You know? I think that's a little better. I'm gonna put this guy in here. Try and cover my shame. There we go. That's where the shame goes, right there. Alright, some sprinkles in here. Try and actually hit the backside this time. Get back on there. So the problem is while this is a viscous material that the icing is made out of, it's not a particularly sticky material. To keep these sprinkles firmly attached. Okay. I gotta say, each time here, ice cream definitely feels like my weakest work. Nope. Oh my goodness, sprinkles stay on there. You are a delight to the senses. You must be involved with this ice cream. If I'm to eat it. Oop. And there. Alrighty. Okay. So we've got our little cakes and our ice creams. Alright. So I'm gonna put the ice creams down. Hey, they didn't fall down this time. And we're actually gonna start with the little cakes. Because last time we ended with them and they had already gotten a little gummy. Okay, well, slightly better. I think the wafer, this particular wafer, is just not a good wafer. It's not like it tastes actively bad. It more tastes like nothing at all. So like, but there's part of the texture situation, which is important. But, I don't know. Just not. It's almost like have you ever had like a communion wafer type of thing? Like that kind of like dry but not hard, right? Like easy to go like and break. Okay, now we're gonna do an ice cream. I feel like this ice cream at least looks better. And like texture wise, like if your mouth was numb at the dentist and then you bit into a toothpaste, I feel like this is the texture you get. It tastes like vanilla and strawberry though. I'd say even better than the other one. So, I mean, like, I feel like I'm describing it like it's awful, but it's not terrible. Like, obviously I'm able to consume it. It is not, oh god, it's, vomitous inducing or something like that. It's just not. Let us say it is not my favorite thing. I made this with very cold water, so I feel like that is also adding something to it because it is very cold. It is pretty cold. Which I think adds to it. It is creamy. Like I feel like it. Like that one kind of gave a little more concept of ice cream without, actually tasting like ice cream. All right, and then lastly, our tart with our little wafers inside. So this time they did not get all goopy in here. Not goopy. Goopy is the wrong word. Squishy. Did not get squishy in here. Biting into it. Maybe I also have more sprinkles. Biting into it, you get a nice crunch. Yeah, the sprinkles really help. I think the sprinkle packet needs to be doubled. I think sprinkles need to be involved with when you're making the ice cream. Get some of the sprinkles like mixed in as you build the cone. If you have a friend, they'll help you. Maybe have them like as you're going, like throwing some sprinkles in there. I think that would make all the difference in the world, honestly. If I had thought of it, I would have tried to figure it out. Earlier. Okay. The aftertaste, also, again, while not bad, is odd. It's almost savory. I don't know. Kind of weird, but like not weird, bad type of thing. Weird that that's the aftertaste I'm getting. It was like, not like insanely savory, but leaning more savory than sweet. So, but yeah. So comparing this to the one I did recently and the one I had like 20 years ago, I don't know, it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know. The one that I had many years ago, pre-COVID, so however many years ago that was. This one was the best of the three. So I think, so sometimes I have like little sprinkle packets from other ones of these, and I don't always use them all up, or like I might have a sprinkle packet and be like, oh, I like this one without the sprinkle packet, so I'm not going to really use it or whatever. So if you ever put one of these sprinkle packets aside, because they don't taste like regular sprinkles, they're like tougher, they're different in a good way, more crunch. So I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, you could throw regular sprinkles on there. It's not going to be the same thing. You need those sprinkles. But if you had some spare of those sprinkles and got it involved in the build of the ice cream cone, I think that would be the ticket. But yeah. So that's Tanoshii cakes from Kracie, Poppin, Cookin Kitchen. So yeah, try it out, enjoy. Have a good one.